Good evening. My name is David Theroux, and I'm the president of the Independent Institute. We're trying to accommodate everybody as best we can. There are some seats also in the back for those of you who may feel obliged. Also, upstairs there is ample seating if you're willing to use closed-circuit television. But that's something that I guess everybody is happy here. So I want to welcome you all to our event this evening. I'm the president of the Independent Institute, and as some of you may know, we hold events such as this as part of a series called the Independent Policy Forum. We hold the forum events as lectures, seminars, and debates on a regular basis here at our offices in Oakland. We also do a series at our offices in Washington, D.C. Our program today is, as I'm sure you all know, especially timely and momentous with the U.S. Supreme Court's recent landmark case in District of Columbia versus Heller, in which the court ruled that the Second Amendment is an individual right to privately keep and bear arms. Our event tonight is entitled, "What the Second Amendment Means Today." So it certainly could not be more timely, as I mentioned, and we're quite pleased and privileged to have two speakers with us who have been two of the really renowned and key legal scholars who have worked in this field for literally decades. These two gentlemen are really two of the real lions of knowledge and dedication to this field. In fact, it really cannot be overstated how important the work of these two men has been in this historic case, but more about that as we proceed. As you may know, the Independent Institute is a public policy research institute. We have about 140 research fellows. We are an academic research institute. As a result, we publish many studies as books, such as the one we're featuring tonight. We also publish a journal called the Independent Review. This is a recent issue. It's a quarterly that is edited by the scholar Robert Higgs, and I would commend that to you. There's information in your packets about many of our books as well as the journal. You'll also find information about how to become a member at the Institute and the benefits of doing that as far as discounts to books and events and other things. We also have a weekly email newsletter, which you're welcome to receive, called The Lighthouse, and we report on many new current affairs by many of our fellows and also upcoming programs. One upcoming event I wanted to point out, there's a one-page sheet in your packets about the summer seminars that we hold, and these are for high school and college students, and these are one-week seminars in which students receive a sound, in-depth understanding of economics, history, political theory, and so forth, and to equip them to have a worldview that we believe is critical to really make sense of the world as well as to be successful in their own lives. And the worldview is a combination of ethics and economics and related topics. We started this years ago because of the concern that we have about the rampant political correctness in so many schools and colleges. And I'm not sure if you've heard about the recent study. There's a group called the Intercollegiate Studies Institute that has been doing a number of studies of the knowledge that undergraduates have in the United States, and they've done the most extensive survey ever done over a number of years. And the results of that have recently been released, and believe it or not, the result shows that the plurality of graduating seniors at most major schools, colleges, actually score less than entering freshmen on basic civic knowledge. So those of you interested in this, Carl Close, who's in the back, standing as my colleague, would be happy to answer any questions, and I would too as well. So we hope that if you know students, either as children or friends or students who are here this evening, that you look into that. By the way, the dates for that, I should mention, is August 11th to 15th. Last year, a federal appeals court, as I think you all know, overturned the District of Columbia's ban on handguns. Now, of course, the court has determined that that was unconstitutional after nearly 70 years of silence on the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment has been clearly and remains, in many intellectual circles, the most controversial and least understood rights in the U.S. Constitution. Did the founders intend to safeguard an individual right, as the court has ruled, or a so-called collective right? And there are many stories that many of us can relate to you, and I'm sure many of you have similar stories of the dismissive view that many circles have had about people who would make the argument that it is an individual right. What kinds of gun restrictions, if any, are consistent with the founders' aims? How exactly has gun ownership and gun control in the United States and elsewhere affected violent crime rates? Why did the founders adopt the Second Amendment? What was the motivation? What was their thinking?